Okay, one more example. Solve each triangle. Okay, you're gonna find all the missing parts. That's what it means when it says to solve the triangle. Find everything that's missing. So any angles missing, find them. Any sides missing. Okay, here's the second one. We did one already. Here's one more. Hey, why is it out of focus? Okay, there it is. Okay, example number 2. That'll be problem like this. Again, this is only for right triangles, right? It has a 90-degree angle. And I know this is 7, and I know this is 16, right? And again, this will be like, well, we know this is side C and angle C. But again, what I'm going to have you do is over here, you're going to do, you only have to find one missing side, right? They already give you 2. To find the side, and find the side. And over here, we're going to find an angle. Okay, so again, remember, if you're given 2 sides of a right triangle and you just have to find one more, that's Pythagorean theorem. So let me copy it again real quick. This is 16, this is 7. And the Pythagorean theorem is what? Pythagorean theorem. I'm telling you, it's one of the most famous ones, and this is when you use it on a right triangle. When you have 2 sides and you have to find one more, that is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? Okay. And remember, this is side C, so that's the hypotenuse is side C, right? The other 2 are A and B. We'll say that's A and we'll say that's B. Okay, so we only have to find one side, so Pythagorean theorem will take care of that. That'll be a squared, so that's 16 squared plus b squared, that's 7 squared is equal to c squared. Alright, so here you got to find c, and c is already alone. I just got to do this part. 16 squared. I don't know what that is. 16 times another 16. 256, 256. I know what 7 squared is. That's 7 times 7. That's 49 equals c squared. C squared is equal to, I got to add these now, right? Because it's 256 plus 49. 256. Oh, I got it right there. 256 plus 49 is 305. Let me check that again. 256 plus 49 equals, 305. All right, c squared is equal to 305, but I don't want c squared. I just want c. So how do I make a c squared become c? I take the square root of it. Take the square root of it, and whatever you do to this side, you do to that side, right? The square root of c squared is just c. C is equal to the square root of 305. Whatever the square root of 305 is, that's my value of c. C is equal to, well, let's see. The square root of 305 equals, I got 17.46. I got 17.46, but I'm sure they're gonna round it off to what? C is equal to 17.5. I guarantee it. If you leave it like this, it's fine. If you round it off, it's fine. Show me the work. All right, there's the missing side. I don't have to find any more sides, right? There was only one side missing. I found it already. But let's leave it alone for now. Let's find the angles now. Let's find the missing angles. I know that one's 90, but I need to find one of these over here. All right, so what did we do on the last problem? Oh, let's copy this down. Remember, we want to use the information that's given. All right, we're going to use just use the 16 and the 7. And you can find whichever angle you want. It doesn't matter if you find this one, it doesn't matter if you find this one. But I'm going to go ahead and find this one over here, whatever this angle is down here. And this is what we learned on the last assignment. Here you will need to use the trigonometry just to find this one angle. So we label our sides, right? Label our sides. This is the hypotenuse, but I'm not using that. So it's honestly just the opposite and the adjacent. What function has the O and the A? TOA. Right, you got to write SO, KA, TOA, but this is the one that has the O and the A. So that's how you're going to set up this ratio and know which one to use. That's going to be what? Tangent of the angle is equal to what? The opposite over the adjacent. Here's my formula. Now I gotta, well, one of the three is going to be missing. In this case, you'll have the two sides, and the angle's the one you're going to find, right? So, yeah, you don't set a proportion here. Tangent of the angle's the one you're trying to find, is equal to O, 7 over 16. Right? And again, this is where you don't, when you're finding an angle measure, you don't set up a proportion. This is where you want to get the angle by itself, and you got to use the inverse. And let me leave some space over here because I got to take the inverse of tangent. Multiply this by the inverse of tangent, and whatever you do to one side, you got to do the same thing to this side. So, what happens when you multiply tangent with its inverse? It cancels out, so you're left with just the angle. The angle's measure is going to be whatever what? Whatever tangent inverse of what? 7 over 16 is. And this is where you use the calculator. Calculator right here to figure this out. All right. Let's clear it out. Tangent inverse, I got to use this. Make sure it has that little negative one up there. Tangent inverse of 7 divided by what? 16. Close the parentheses equals, I got 23.62. 23.62, but I think they're just going to go at 23.6. 23.6 degrees. And now we can just put all our information, right? Because we're actually not done. Let's put this side that we found and this one angle that we found back into our picture here, back into our triangle. So side C is 17.5. Side C over here, this is side C, is 17.5. We found that. Right, that was the side. And the angle that we just found, which we were looking for this one down here, the angle that we just found is 23.6. Right, 23.6. Are we done? Well, I don't know. You tell me if everything there is already. Let's see, do I have all the three sides? Yeah, I got all the three sides. Do I have all the three angles? I got this one. I know this one's 90, but you haven't found this one yet. But this will be the easiest part, right? Remember, I know these three add up to 180, but if this one's 90, then these two have to add up to 90. This one and this one have to add up to 90. So to find this one, I'm just going to simply do what? Well, if these two add up to 90, well, then 90 take away 23.6 will give me this one. Let's see, what's 90 take away 23.6? 90 subtract 23.6. 66.4. 66.4. This gives you 66.4 degrees. Okay, so That's what this one's gonna be, 66.4 degrees. Okay, and remember this one's 90, and when you add these two, it's 90, and that's 90 plus 90 is 180. And you can check, if you add these two, it should give you, let me add 23.6 plus 66.4. It should be exactly 90, see, 90. All right, let's check my answers with the answers here that I have on my phone, because I took a picture of it. That is 17.5. Right there, it gave us the 16 and the 17. So you just had to find the two angles in the one side, and here it is. Can you guys see that there? It says 17.5. 17.5. This is a 23.6. 23.6. 66.4. 66.4. Yep. You found everything. Okay, that's what it is. All right. That's it. Good luck with this assignment.